what happened to me, I mean, it could have happened to anybody. And that's why I'm here. Like, I have to tell the story and just make sure that nobody else out there has to go through. I'm sorry, can we cut there just for a second? It was just a normal night, you know. I was out with a few friends. I went for a few pints. You know, nothing too mad. Like, I had work the next morning. I mean, I was supposed to have work the next morning, but obviously someone else had other plans for me. So anyways, we left the pub around, it was maybe 11:30ish, hopped into a taxi. First weird thing that happened was the taxi driver just turned around and said, you know, make sure you have your seatbelt on there. I mean, I was a bit taken aback. Like, I suppose it should have been a warning sign to me. It should have been, you know, alarm bells ringing. You know, I should have just got out there and then. But thank God I had the presence of mind to, you know, do the old fake seatbelt trick. You know, just kind of throw it across and tuck it in under myself, just sitting it. I'm not sure if he spotted what I was up to or anything, but he was giving me a bit of a shifty look. Something through the mirror, but next thing I heard a click. He'd locked the doors. I mean, that's when I knew that I was in some real trouble here. I tried to act like everything was fine, like I hadn't noticed he'd locked the doors. You know, I didn't want to provoke him, but like I was having a subtle look around, you know, just to see if I could find any sort of an escape route if I needed one. He'd obviously twigged that I kind of was wise to him. So I just kept my nerve, kept my calm, and I just said to him, look, just pull over and let me out here. You know, I said, you don't have to go through with this. We can just forget about it. Just move on. But he was, you know, he was having none of it. He just wasn't listening to reason at all. He was just glaring out the windscreen. He just had this look in his eyes, and I will never forget what he said to me. He said, we can't stop on the motorway. He said, I'm not going to stop and let you out on the motorway. I mean, at that point, I kind of knew all that was left for me to do was just to pray. So I got down on my knees there and then in the back seat of the car, and I just started saying the rosary. And he lost it. He went mad. And he just turned around and started screaming, "Will you get up out of that, you pup?" and all this. And maybe my prayers got through to him eventually, and you know, eventually he did. He pulled into a lay-by, and he let me out. I mean, there are nights when I wake up in a cold sweat, and all I can think is, what if we hadn't come across the lay-by? What if, I mean, would I still be there? Would I still be in the car? What would have happened? I'm not saying that what I went through was anything like what, say, Mandela went through, but I mean, it's a similar circumstance. We both were held as prisoners against our will.
Do you think he would have ever brought you home?
I mean, we were pretty close to where I lived. I mean, really, it was just about a minute and a half walk. I suppose, I mean, we'll never really know, will we?